Jim Shows here for Calculated Risk, and don't forget, before we get rolling today, the best ways you can help us are by liking the video or subscribing to the channel. Either one of those guys really helps us out a lot. Alright, so today I want to talk about a strategy that can be a really great option, pun intended, to take advantage of both direction while also having a little bit of decay and time working for you. So this strategy, of course, is the long diagonal spread. Basically, with the long diagonal spread, you have a vertical spread and a calendar spread, and they are merged together as one. With the vertical spread, you get to play direction. With the calendar spread, you get to play time, and they come together to form the diagonal spread. So let's take a look at how to set up a diagonal spread, and let's go. So let's start by thinking about the component parts of a diagonal spread. Again, you have a vertical spread and you have a calendar spread. So think about what a vertical spread is. Right? You're inside the same expiration, but you have different strikes, and that allows you to take that directional bias. But then think about what a calendar spread is. You actually have the same strike, but different expirations. And so what a diagonal spread does is it takes the directional component from the vertical spread, the different strikes, and the time component from the calendar spread, the different expirations, and it combines them together in the same strategy. And if we were setting up a long diagonal, for example, the setup is fairly straightforward. You're going to buy a call that's going to be in that longer dated cycle, so in the back month, as we would say. So this is where you're typically looking for something around, 40, 45, 50, maybe 60 days to go, or thereabouts. You're going to be a little bit in the money with this call that you buy because you want this call to have higher delta. You want this call to be the driver, to be the engine of the strategy, so you want the higher delta on that long call inside of a long call diagonal. But then you have the other piece to the strategy too. So you also have the short call. So this is where you're going to the front month. So not typically something that's 30 days or less, and you're going to go a couple strikes out of the money with your strike selection now. This is the thing that's going to add that decay element. This is the thing that's going to add that positive theta to the position that allows you to take advantage of just the pure passage of time. Because when you just buy a vertical spread in the same expiration cycle, typically the theta is around zero, give or take. It might be a little bit positive, it might be a little bit negative, but it's not a time play, it's a directional play. But with a diagonal spread, being in that front month, the decay is going to be a lot faster than the back month, and by being out of the money with your strike selection, it's purely extrinsic value. So it's purely extrinsic value. It does not have any intrinsic value yet. And so it is going to bleed off option price and decrease its extrinsic value as time goes by. So you have the calendar working for you. And that's exactly what you want. Because again, a vertical spread is a great way to take a directional shot. I mean, I use them all the time myself. I mean, they're really, really great. They're clean, they're simple. But when it comes to a diagonal spread, it can be a superior alternative strategically to something like a vertical spread. And it's definitely better than just a straight long call or a straight long put. I mean, the vertical spread is even better than that because those things are just hemorrhaging theta, hemorrhaging decay every single day. And so the diagonal spread is absolutely an uptick, as we say, when it comes to playing direction and doing it strategically. So let's hop into Tasty and let's go ahead and set one of these guys up here together. Okay, so I am inside of my tastytrade platform and I've got Netflix pulled up. I already have a current position on in Netflix, and so that shouldn't necessarily pollute the waters too badly for what we're trying to do here. But if I go into the back month, which in this case would be August, my back month is August, and my front month here is July with 17 days to go. And so if I go into August with 52 days to go, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to do a call diagonal spread in Netflix to play this thing to the upside, but I want to do it where I have both a directional component and a time decay component. So maybe I go in just a few strikes in the money. We'll talk about the pricing and things like that here in just a minute. But if I were to buy a 70 call, let's say, this is going to be the driver. This is going to be the thing that is going to ultimately control the diagonal spread. You can see the delta on this is 62. And so you want the bigger delta from the in-the-money option, from the long side of the diagonal spread, because it is going to be the engine of the strategy. So I've got this guy already in place. Let me go ahead and minimize the August cycle. Let me go into July now. Now this is going to be the front month. So this is going to be my theta play. This is going to be the thing that's going to introduce the time decay aspect of the strategy. So maybe I go a few strikes out of the money now, right? Netflix is right around 73. I bought a 70 call. So maybe now I sell maybe a 76 call. So if I buy a 70 and I sell a 76, this gives me a $6 wide diagonal spread. And you can see that I am actually positive theta by about $5. Let me actually delete this leg. Look at my theta if I just had the long call. We've talked about this before on previous episodes of calculated risk, but it's so relevant right now because we can see it right here. Like, yes, I have maximum profit. That's it's infinitely large. There's an unlimited profit potential on this position, and that's a huge gimme. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to time working against me, this is a pretty big gotcha, in my opinion. But if I add in this short component by selling the 76 call, now I have a situation where my theta is over $5 a day. Now, the max profit and max loss are obviously not zero apiece, because that would be, well, like, why am I even doing this? This is this way because there are multiple expiration cycles, and I don't know of a single platform that can possibly tell you with precision what your maximum profit and maximum loss are over multiple expiration cycles, because there's too many variables. Like, now the T variable in the equation is not just one number, it's actually multiple numbers. And so that's why you see zero in the maximum profit and the maximum loss there, when they're actually not going to be zero. A better estimate of your max profit and max loss, your max loss typically about the debit that you pay, and your maximum profit is typically going to be the width of the spread minus whatever you pay. So very similar to a vertical spread in both regards. But you can see that theta is working in your favor, time is working in your favor, and that is exactly what you want. But when it comes to the actual cost of the diagonal spread, we typically like to keep the total debit paid to around 75% of the width or less when it comes to how much we're paying, because we want to leave ample room to make money in the event that the stock does move in our favor. So you can see right here I have a $6 wide diagonal spread. 75% of $6 is, I think it's around $4.50. You can never be exactly sure, so we'll go with the approximation idea in our minds here. Well, here we've got a debit paid of about 4.25, and so that puts me at underneath 75% of the width of the spread, which is really good. That's very favorable. Like, if I were to set up another diagonal just to show you guys, let me clear this guy away. Let's go into, like, we'll just go into Amazon, and if I open up the August cycle, and let's say, you've got Amazon at 239. Let's say I buy a 235, and then I go into July, and I go and I sell, and I have another strategy on it here right now, but just kind of ignore that for the purposes of this. I buy a 235, and then I sell a 245. So here I have a $10 wide diagonal spread in terms of the width that I'm actually paying $12 for. Now, does this mean that I can't make money? No, you can still make money on the strategy, but in my opinion, you're making an already pretty hard endeavor, i.e. active trading, a little bit harder on yourself by not giving yourself some room between what you pay and the width of the spread. So use that 75% anchor point as a good maximum price that you're willing to pay when it comes to the debit on a diagonal spread. And the same would also be true on the put side, but for our purposes here, we're just focusing on the call side. So that's all there is to a long diagonal spread. And again, the same basic principles apply on the put side, so you should try that at home as a little bit of homework. See if you can set up a put diagonal on your own. Use the same basic principles. You're buying an option in the back month that's a couple strikes in the money. You're selling an option in the front month that's a couple strikes out of the money. And then be mindful of the pricing of what you're paying and try to stay under that 75% maximum point. And that's a diagonal spread, and I'll see you guys in the next video.